Hello everyone, this is the second part of the types of DC motor. We have already completed separately excited and shunt DC motor. Today we are going to study series excited and compound wound DC motor. So give the heading series excited DC motor. In case of series excited DC motor, the field winding is connected in series with this armature circuit. That's why the name is series excited DC motor. You can see here this supply also connected in series with the field winding. So this field winding, armature circuit and supply all are connected in series. Suppose the current flows in the from the supply is IL, the current flows in the series circuit, series field winding is ISC, and the current flows in the armature circuit, let it be IA. So as this is a series circuit, so all these current are same, so we can say IL equals to ISC equals to IA. Then since the field winding is connected in series with the supply voltage, so it has to carry the whole load current, which is a very high value, so in order to carry such a high value, the field resistance should be minimum. In order to minimize the field resistance value, we know R equals to rho into L divided by A. Again, we want to reduce the value of R. For that, we have to increase the area and we have to decrease the length. Then as we are increasing the area, that means we have to use the thicker conductor for the construction of the series field winding, and we are decreasing the length. That means if length decreases, as length is directly proportional to number of turns, that means if we are reducing length, we are reducing the number of turns. So series field winding should be made up of less number of turns with thicker wire, so that the resistance will be minimum. But in case of shunt excited DC motor, the number of turns should be more and it should be content, and the wire and the conductor should be thinner one. Then if you want to write the EMF equation in case of series excited DC motor, then apply KVL in this loop. We will find this back EMF EB equals to total supply voltage minus armature drop minus this brush drop minus this series winding drop. So you can see here the equation will be like this: EB equals to supply voltage minus this armature drop minus this series drop minus this drop across this brush. If we neglect this brush drop, then the equation will be EB equals to V minus IA into RA plus RAC. From this we can write the current equation: IA equals to supply voltage minus back EMF divided by total circuit resistance. Again, if you want to write the power balance equation, then multiply armature current in both the side in the above equation. Then we will find EB into IA equals to V into IA minus I square A into RA minus I square A into R series minus IA into VBD. Then if you want to define each and every term, then this term will gives us mechanical power developed in the armature circuit, or you can say output power. This V into IA is nothing but electrical power supplied to the armature circuit, or you can say input power. This is nothing but losses. You can say I square A into RA is nothing but armature copper loss. This I square AC into RAC gives us series winding loss, and IA into VBD gives us brush loss. So from this we can write output power is equals to input power minus losses, or we can say input power equals to output power plus losses. This is all about your series excited DC motor. Give the next heading compound DC motor. So in compound DC motor, it has two field windings. One is connected in series with the armature circuit and other is connected in parallel with the armature circuit. The winding which is connected in series with the armature circuit is known as series field winding. The winding which is connected in parallel with the armature circuit is known as shunt field winding. So again, compound DC motor is divided into two parts based on direction of flux and based on physical connection. Based on direction of flux means the flux produced by this the series field winding will give us series flux. The flux produced by shunt field winding will be phi ss or shunt flux. Shunt flux. If both the flux are adding to each other, then net flux will be increasing or additive nature. So we can say phi net equals to phi SC plus phi SH. So this type of motor is known as cumulatively compound DC motor. If both the fluxes are opposing each other, then the net flux will be reduced. The net flux will be shunt flux minus series flux. That means here the flux will be net flux will be decreased. That type of motor will be known as differentially compounded DC motor. Again, based on the physical connection, it is of two types. That means how we are how the both the field windings are connected in armature circuit. With armature circuit, based on that it is of two types. One is long shunt, another is short shunt. So give the heading long shunt compounded DC motor. So in long shunt compounded DC motor, this is our shunt field circuit. The shunt field circuit is connected parallel with the series combination of series field winding and armature circuit. So here the supply voltage is connected in parallel with the series combination and the shunt field winding. So we can say this is a parallel circuit. So you can see here the from the supply the current is flowing here, the load current IL. This IL is divided into two parts here. One is shunt current flowing in the shunt field winding and one is IA armature current or series field winding current. As these are connected in series, ISC is equal to IA. So if you want to write the write the EMF equation, then apply KVL here. Then we can find the back EMF equals to total voltage V minus this IARA drop means armature drop minus this brush drop minus this um, series field winding drop. Then if you neglect this brush drop to 0, then our equation will be EB equals to V minus IARA minus IAC into RAC. From this we can write this IA equation. So IA equals to supply voltage minus EB divided by whole resistance. Again, if we multiply armature current in both the sides of this above equation, then the equation will be like this: EB into IA equals to V into IA minus I square A into RA minus I square A into RAC minus brush drop into IA. If you solve this equation, we will find this equation, and if this term EB into IA will gives us output power or mechanical power developed in armature. This V into IL is nothing but the electrical power supplied to the armature circuit or input power. This is nothing but the losses. This I square S H into RSS will gives us shunt winding loss. This is nothing but series winding loss. This is nothing but your brush loss, and this is nothing but your armature copper loss. Then we can write the power balance equation from the above equation as output power equals to input power minus loss, or we can say input power equals to output power plus loss. So this is all about your long shunt compound motor. So similarly, in case of short shunt compound motor, this shunt field winding is connected across the armature circuit only, and this combination is connected in series with this field winding circuits. So the supply and the field winding circuit here, these are connected in series, and the armature circuit and shunt field winding are connected in parallel. This is the difference in long shunt and short shunt. So we can see here, this is a series combination. So supply current and series field winding current are same, and this current is divided here into two part. One is your shunt current and another is your armature current. Again, as this is not a completely parallel circuit, so as these two are connected in parallel, so drop across this shunt winding and drop across armature circuit will be same. Let the drop across this circuit will be VSS. So we can find VSS here. So VSS will be total supply voltage minus drop across this series circuit. So we can write VSS equals to total supply voltage minus series drop. So we can write in this way. So series current ISS equals to this VSS, or this drop divided by shunt resistance. Again, we can write the EMF equation by applying KVL. So apply KVL here. Then EB equals to total supply voltage V minus this armature drop minus gross drop minus this series winding drop equals to 0. Then from this we can write EB equals to V minus IARA minus IAC into RAC minus VBD. Again, if you multiply IA or armature current in both the side, then we can find the power equation. So by solving this, we get EB into IA equals to V into IL minus I square SS into RSS minus I square A into RA minus I square AC into RAC minus VBD into IA. This term will gives us output power, this term will gives us input power, and all these things are losses. So from this we can write output power is nothing but equals to input power minus loss. So this is all about your short shunt compounded DC motor. So again we can, let us solve one problem. So the problem is a 250 volt shunt motor takes a total current of 20 ampere. The shunt field and the armature resistance are 200 ohm and 0.3 ohm respectively. So calculate back EMF and gross mechanical power developed. So first draw the circuit diagram for shunt motor. So first draw the circuit first here. This is your field circuit. Then this is your armature resistance RA. This is your EB. Again, this is your supply voltage V. So your RSS is given as 200 ohm. This armature resistance is given as 0.3. Then this is your 20 ampere. This is your 20 ampere IL. This is nothing but your ISS. This is nothing but your IA. This is nothing but your ISS. So you have to calculate first back EMF. To calculate back EMF, first you have to calculate IA. To calculate IA, first you have to calculate shunt current. So shunt current is nothing but ISS is equal to V divided by RSS. V means supply voltage is given here 250 whole divided by 200 ohm. So this value will be nearly equals to 1.25 ampere. Now calculate armature current IA. IA is nothing but total load current IL minus ISH. So IL is given there 20 ampere and ISH is 1.25. So this value will become nearly equal to 18.75 ampere. Now we can calculate EB easily. We know EB equals to V minus IA into RA. Again V is given as 250 minus IA is nothing but 18.75 into RA is given as 0.3. So by calculating this, you will get a value nearly equals to 244.4 volt. So you can see here, this is the induced EMF or back EMF EB. The value is 244.4 volt and the supply voltage is 250 volts. So from this you can conclude that always your supply voltage is more than the back EMF. Now we have to calculate gross mechanical power developed. Gross mechanical power developed means the power developed in the armature circuit, or we can say output power. So we can write output power as EB into IA, EB into IA. We know the value of EB, we know the value of IA. So just write down the value. EB is nothing but 244.5 into IA is nothing but 18.75. So this value will come 4582.4 watt. So solve the question by yourself. Just check the answer. So this is all about your types of DC motor. Thank you all.